Let's get right now to Captain Frank Reynoso of the Los Angeles Fire Department. Captain, can you update us on what you know on this fire? What's the status?
Pretty much just a follow-up with your initial report. Yes, it did come in at 4:44. It is a third alarm. We are the primary fire department. That's in our jurisdiction. And we're Universal Studios is a small island surrounded by LA City Fire and Burbank. So we're using their assistance also. We're using two water-dropping helicopters, one from the city and also one from the county. As your graphic shows, we're being told there might have been some filming going on. Also, there might have been an explosion. We can't really confirm that. It's in the back lot. It's in the New York Street area, which is one of the areas that the tour shuttles go through. So there might be some sentimental value or some antiques back there. So I cannot confirm that. The one thing is that we divide the fires up A, B, C, and D. A being the street side or the address side. At this point, I'm being told that the D, as in Delta, which would be the west side for us, is out of control. We're also having water supply and pressure issues. The local municipality has been informed of that. We do not have any evacuations going on right now. If you're familiar with the amusement park, there is a hotel, and I would assume that as long as we could shelter all those occupants in place, there shouldn't be a problem. It's over 100 resources, or 100 firefighters, and I have not heard of any injuries to either studio employees or firefighters.
Captain, we're looking at some video right now that we're showing here. I know that you cannot confirm that there was a propane explosion, but with reports, anecdotal ones, sir, that you could hear some sort of an explosion up to a mile away, and I don't know if you're able to tune into MSNBC right now, but we're showing, I mean, it looks like the kind of fire that is raging because of the result of something flammable like that. I mean, it would be propane or something along those lines. I mean, the kinds of flames we're seeing that would wreak this kind of havoc, would that just come from something inside of a studio, your typical kind of house fire or whatnot?
Good point. That is, and I'm watching your TV screen, your station, very intense type of fires, high heat. The BTUs obviously are burning quite high. I cannot state from my location what the cause was. I know it's under investigation.
Sure.
We also were told that there might have been an explosion, and again, we can't tell or we can't pinpoint it to whether it was a filming. The two might have just been, separate from each other. But I can tell you, because of those buildings back there, as most people would know, those type of props are strictly just a wall and studs. There's nothing in the back, or if there is, there's very little. And much like homes or any other large buildings under construction, there's a lot of what we say like oxygen. So that's going to burn. There isn't going to be anything to retard that. So that's going to be free burning, and that's what you see now on the screen is all those props just going up.
And Captain, the concern being that you said at this point, at least that Sector D on the west side is burning out of control. You've got some issues with water pressure. That's going to present a problem. Is this the kind of fire, if, sir, it is propane generated, that these two helicopters with the water dropping capacity, will that be effective on a fire like this?
I'm being told now that the IC has just canceled the water-dropping helicopters, so that could be a combination of danger to the firefighters on the ground or just unsafe for the aircraft. So we will continue to be in our defense operations, which is just surrounded and deluge it as much as possible from the ground using aerials and ground lines.
Captain, you used the word defensive operations. Is that as opposed to offensive operations? This is the kind of thing you're needing to let it burn out?
Offensive would be an aggressive fire attack or interior attack, depending on what jargon you use. And that would be firefighters entering the building and just going to the seat of the fire. But because we're unable to do that, and that would jeopardize the firefighters, and again, our priorities are life, property, and environment, our best bet is backing up, hitting this aggressively with aerials, which would be the trucks with large bore, 600 gallons per minute, and also using our ground lines, which provide up to 400 gallons per minute. So, and again, we're also concerned with extension. We want to contain this fire to that lot.
Yeah,
and no additional damage.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, it is a very large lot. They own a lot of the property in the area, but that doesn't mean those folks that off of Barham Boulevard, I know you're familiar with that. There are a lot of homes that sort of back up to it. Captain, I don't know if you were able to hear as you were talking. I heard underneath your voice a loud boom on this video as it's coming in. There's another one.
Are there? Let me double check.
We're hearing booms, Captain, which it's, you know, again, I'm untrained eye here, but it seems like from this tape here, as you hear the booms, then you see more significant plumes of smoke. It looks like the fuel to the fire is more intensely generated.
As far as those explosions, I just confirmed it with the dispatch supervisors, is that initially, which I believe is part of your video, there were explosions, but not now. There are no longer explosions, and as you also put in your little graphic there, yes, there is a portion of that back lot that has brush area. So we are concerned with, again, extension. We're going to use all means possible to keep it from going into the brush, because as you very well know, it's been pretty dry out here, and so all those fuels are quite dry.
Absolutely.
All it takes is just a little bit of heat.
Captain, another thing, you mentioned the concern, there are actually two hotels there on the lot. There is the Sheraton Universal, and there's also the Hilton Universal there at the top of the hill, right adjacent to the City Walk. Any concern for guests, visitors there in those hotels right now?
At this point, and again, I'm confirming it with the podium here, we do not or have not heard of any evacuations of any of the residents. So I'm assuming that we're going with shelter in place, which means it's a lot safer to keep them in their rooms instead of being out and becoming foot traffic and what's also called looky-loos. We're better off keeping them in the building where it's much, much safer and they're breathing cleaner air.
Yeah, I think, all right, Captain Reynoso, I know you're a very busy man. We do appreciate all your insights. Thank you so much, sir, and we'll check in again with you. And for all of you, as I'm looking at this video, since I am from the area, you're looking at a perspective from Lancashire Boulevard there, one of the entrances there. That would be on the north side of the Universal City lot. The back side would have all that dry tinder brush. There are certainly homes to the left of your screen, an area called Toluca Lake. To the right of your screen really runs the 101 freeway. There's a Lancashire Boulevard and Universal Studios exits right there, both of which you can imagine obviously would have the traffic slowing down significantly. If not, you never know, they may want to compromise the traffic altogether and reroute them onto Ventura Boulevard to get them even further away. At this point, it seems as if the fire, according to the screen to your right, it looks like that fire is situated only in the buildings. It doesn't appear by my eye to look like it's moved back to the back lot where there is that the exterior scenes that can be shot there. Also to the right at the top of the hill are where those two hotels stand for visitors. It doesn't look like they're compromised at this point either, but there's a lot going on in Universal City Studios, and we're going to stay right on top of it for you here on MSNBC Sunday. Stay with us.